Caroline was attracted to the job ad in the newspaper. She drew a circle on it with a pen. The eyes of the people on the side of the road predicted that Caroline's job was not normal. Caroline went to a house in the countryside. Her job was to take care of Ken, who was paralyzed. In the villa, the place where the mirror was hung was always empty. Caroline felt something strange. She wanted to ask him what it was. Ken couldn't speak. Ken held Caroline's hand tightly. The look in his eyes seemed to tell Caroline to get out of there. Right. The housekeeper gave Ken a white drug. The drug actually controls Ken's speech. Wright gives Caroline a tour of the house. When Caroline picked up a picture frame, another picture falls out of the frame. Wright gave Caroline a master key. It can open any door in any room. Caroline opened the door to the attic. It was full of human organs. A specimen with its mouth and eyes sewn shut suddenly appeared. Caroline was terrified. Caroline opened a dusty photo album. It was full of pictures she'd seen today. There was a strange symbol in the album. She also found a strange ring. The flower pot in Wright's hand fell to the floor because she was frightened by the mirror on the wall. Wright asked Caroline why she put a mirror on the wall. Caroline thought it was just an ordinary mirror. Wright lit a cigarette and began to tell Caroline the story of the villa. The villa belonged to a banker. One day, a black couple who studied witchcraft came to visit. While the banker was organizing a cocktail party, his 2 children were found missing. They were in the attic practicing some kind of witchcraft. The children were rescued. The black couple was executed by the banker. Actually, the banker executed his own children. The black couple had already switched bodies with the children. They were immortalized in younger bodies. Not long after that, the banker killed his wife. It took his own life. Caroline was looking in the mirror. Ken in the bathtub keeps staring in the mirror. Caroline carefully opens the mirror and shows it to Ken. When Ken saw the mirror, he went crazy. He knocked the mirror out of Caroline's hand. It took a long time for Ken to calm down. He looked at the mirror on the floor in horror. Caroline drew special symbols on the floor. She wanted to use the legendary sorcery to gain eternal life. She cut off a strand of her own hair and sprinkled it around herself. It was actually a trap for Wright. Caroline was about to be replaced by Wright. She cut open her palm and then she slapped her bloody palm around. Wright crawls towards Caroline. Caroline pointed her knife at Wright. She tells Wright not to come any closer. Wright pulled a mirror from the side. She tells Caroline the truth about witchcraft. Caroline suddenly felt a little dizzy. Wright pushed the mirror in front of Caroline. Caroline saw the dead man in the mirror, and the room began to tremble. Caroline was knocked down by the mirror. She fainted. The candles all went out. After a while, Caroline stood up. She lit one of Wright's cigarettes. Wright had switched bodies with her. The man and woman in front of them were the black couple. They'd given Wright, who was lying on the floor, a speech control drug. The body swapped. Caroline looked at her friend and couldn't say a word. Ken and Caroline were taken to the hospital together.